Buenos días, Miss. Hello, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
How are you? Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Great.
Good morning, teacher. Teacher.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Está en el colegio. Teacher, está en el colegio.
Yes, today I'm here.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning.
Buenos días, Miss.
Good morning. Hello.
Teacher, siento que somos muy poquitos.
Ajá. Yes, only 13.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Okay, I'm going to start to pass the assignment.
Teacher, ¿ya tomó asistencia?
No. Okay. Hernández, Marcos, David,
Here.
León Chamorro, Santiago. No. Gabriel Letona.
Yes, teacher. Teacher.
Gabriel, yes. Thank you. Alejandro José López.
Teacher, Chamorro está.
Okay, Ale, thank you.
Here.
Diego Andrés Mejía.
Here.
Thank you. Víctor Mor. No, Mor. Saúl Monrigo.
Here.
Ah, Víctor is joining this moment.
Here.
Okay, thank you, Monrigo. Diego Palacios. Sebastián Polillo.
Present. Here.
Thank you. Mariano Ponce.
Teacher,
Here.
teacher,
Teacher,
Yes,
Diego
yes.
Palacio también está.
teacher.
Yes,
Sí estoy,
Diego.
es que lo que pasa es que no me dejaba hablar.
Okay, don't worry. I check your assistant. José Rivera.
Here.
Santiago Romero.
Here.
Thank you. Toledo. Agustín Toledo.
Yeah.
Agustín.
José Pablo Trinidad. And Miguel Vélez.
Here con pañuelo.
Thank you.
Pañuelo.
Vélez. Ah, you are there. Yes, Okay, guys. Let's go to start.
Miss, soy Víctor Adrián Morbococ.
Yes, more. Thank you. I checked your assistant.
Teacher, hoy todos estaban.
No, not that. No.
Falta López.
López sí estaba.
Sí, aquí está, ya lo vi.
Okay, now I'm going to start to share my screen. We are going to watch this presentation for today. Today we are going to start the guide number 4. This
Teacher, no,
guide
ya la habíamos empezado.
for
Ya la habíamos empezado.
to March 9. March 9. You have to send me the homework on March 9.
In
Okay.
the
The contents of this guide is the past continuous, the past simple versus past continuous, the quiz on the practice book, and the oral quiz. They are the contents of this guide. Welcome Are you ready to another English class? Let's go to start. Past continuous. We use past continuous to describe an action in progress at a particular time in the past. Let's go to look the affirmative. We have to use the subject, was and were, and the infinitive ing. For example, I was singing, he was playing, she was reading, it was reading. Example, you were singing, you were writing, we were reading, they were playing or going. Remember the verb, you have to add the ing, and we are going to use was and were. The negative form is very easy. We only have to write was not. And we are going to use the contraction, wasn't. I wasn't listening to music. You weren't dancing happily. They weren't dancing happily. Or we weren't dancing happily. If Janice memorized this because he, she, and it, we are going to say wasn't reading books. Let's go to look the examples using sentences. I wasn't watching the TV yesterday evening. I was reading a book. You look the verb, remember the ing in the verb, and we are going to use affirmative or negative using was or was. The other example, she wasn't fishing on Saturday morning. She was fishing on Sunday morning. And the last one, we were playing tennis all afternoon. They were cooking all the day. Okay, let's go to the student book, please. Student
What
book,
page, teacher?
page, look here, 24. Page 24. Page 24.
Teacher, o sea que la guía ya está subida hoy,
No, tomorrow.
mañana.
Yes, tomorrow.
Twenty-four.
Page 24.
Teacher,
Yes.
the guy number 2 se entrega in the
Number
2
3.
weeks.
Number 3. Number
no.
3. We already sent me the number 3. This is the number 4.
Ujú. Ah, entonces la number 4 se entrega in the 2 weeks.
March 9.
Mm.
March 9. On March 9. Okay, let's go to look this part. We are going to use affirmative and negative, the past continuous, remember. Read and write the names under the pictures. We are going to listen the
¿Qué
reading.
página, teacher?
Look here. Look
24.
here. 24. Look here. This is the number of the page. In the middle.
Teacher, solo miramos la otra presentación, no la de los libros.
I'm going to share in this moment again.
Obvio, Pepa es mejor.
And now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Here in the middle of the screen, you have the page. Look, 24. This is the number of the page. Look, these arrows. In the middle of the arrows, they are the number of the page. 24. Okay, now. Read and write the names under the picture. An accident in the Arctic. The research ship San Luis left Alaska on March 17. Its mission was to explore the effects of climate change on the polar ice cap. There were 5 scientists on board and me, a journalist. At 2 o'clock, on March 20, the ship hit an iceberg.
Teacher,
At
¿cuál
that
es?
moment, I was writing an article in my cabin. Brandon and Mia were studying water in the laboratory. Okay, you have to look the pictures. You have to write
Teacher, ¿puedo leer
Brandon
lo que sigue?
and Mia. Brandon and Mia. Who are Brandon and Mia? Remember, they are two persons, two people. You have to look the correct picture and write Brandon and Mia. Number 2, Lauren was taking photos on deck. Who is Lauren? Lauren. You have to look the pictures here and write Lauren. Lauren was taking photos on deck. Number
More.
3, Lucas was drinking coffee. Lucas was drinking coffee. Who is drinking coffee? And you write Lucas. Lucas was drinking coffee.
Víctor es el
Victor was talking on his cell phone. Victor was talking on his cell phone. Fortunately, there were no casualties, and the crew repaired the damage.
Teacher, ¿cómo se llama la de la compu?
Listen again. There were 5 scientists on board and me, a journalist. At 2 o'clock on March 20, the ship hit an iceberg. Let me to check here.
Teacher, pero no dice cómo se
The
llama la de
name
la
of
compu.
her, right? No, doesn't appear the name of her. Let me to check. No. Okay, I give you the name of her because here
Cualquier nombre.
she is Alexa.
Alexa.
Alexa. She is Alexa. Okay, you finished to write the correct numbers of these people?
Yes.
Okay, what are their names?
Brandon and Mia.
Brandon and Mia, very good.
Brandon and Mia.
Excellent. What's the name of his girl?
Lauren. Lauren.
Lauren.
Excellent. And his man, this man?
Lauren.
Victor. Victor.
Victor.
Good.
Victor.
Very
Victor
good.
and
this?
Lucas. Lucas.
Lucas.
Yes, I'm going to write here because.
Solo faltaban esto.
Lucas.
Okay, he is Lucas. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to erase and we continue with the second part. In this part, we have to read and underline the mistakes. Look this reading. We are going to underline the mistakes.
¿Cómo así? Hay que unir para donde es cada uno.
Underline. This is underline. Look. Underline. And we can-
Subrayar.
Teacher, el último nombre, ¿cuál era? El del que está tomando el como café.
Lucas.
Lucas.
El que está tomando café.
Okay.
Last name. Look. Okay. Our ship hit an iceberg at 2 p.m. I was reading a magazine in my cabin. That's correct. I was reading a magazine in my cabin.
A magazine.
It's correct reading a magazine? No, right?
No.
We are going to underline reading a
Teacher,
magazine.
¿qué es un
All of
magazine?
this is a magazine, revista, magazine. Reading a magazine is incorrect, okay? Brandon and Mia were eating lunch.
Eating lunch, no.
No.
No, eating
No,
lunch.
porque están haciendo experimentos con el agua.
Six. Lucas was fishing.
No.
Fishing, no.
No.
Victor was watching a movie.
Watching a movie, no.
Mhm,
No.
correct.
Peter, ¿con un color o con el lápiz?
Maybe this color because I need to watch very well when you answer. Okay, and Lauren was filming the ice.
No.
No. No.
No, porque solo dice que está tomando fotos.
The ice.
Sí. Yes.
Sorry. There were no casualties and the crew repaired the night.
Entonces, teacher, subrayamos ahorita con rojo. Ahorita que ya lo hicimos.
Yes, you can use colors, markers, or pens.
Yo subrayé con lapicero azul.
Rojo,
Okay, if you have color blue.
Teacher.
Fine.
naranja.
Okay, now
Yo con diferentes colores.
Okay, teacher.
continue. Everybody underline.
Teacher, yo rayé con un lapicero gris que es de madera.
Mhm. Are you finished?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now I'm going
Teacher.
to erase and we continue with the next page, page 25.
25.
25.
Ah, lo primero está fácil.
Next page.
Teacher, ¿qué más que no es una canción? Porque nos ponían canciones así.
Okay, I'm going to move the page because we are going to listen the audio. Audio 16.
Sí,
Track
sí es una
16.
canción.
Listen and write the names. At 11:30 in the morning, the Wilderness School kitchen was full of muddy footprints. Ms. Jones, the school director, is interviewing the children to find out who did it.
Sam, what were you doing between 10 and 11 this morning? I was identifying animal tracks. Tom and Rick, what were you doing this morning between 10 and 11? We were making a fire. Christy, what were you doing between 10 and 11? I was collecting water from yesterday's rain. Sandra, what were you doing between 10 and 11? I was learning how to use a compass. Laura and Marie, what were you doing between 10 and 11 this morning? We were learning how to get first aid. Bob, what were you doing this morning between 10 and 11? I was building a shelter.
Okay, now we are going to listen and then word to word.
Teacher,
One by one. Yes, Trinidad?
la one es la picture number 6.
We are going to listen and then we are going to check.
Track 16. Listen and write the names. At 11:30 in the morning, the Wilderness School kitchen was full of muddy footprints. Ms. Jones, the school director, is interviewing the children to find out who did it.
Sam, what were you doing between 10 and 11 this morning? I was identifying animal tracks.
Okay, Sam. We are going to write here, Sam, identify animal tracks.
Teacher, ¿dónde está la línea blanca? Hay que poner los nombres.
Yes, please.
Sam. Sam is the number 2.
Wait, we only identify the names first.
Mm,
Sam. Okay, now continue with the number 2. Number 2, the next name.
Tom and Rick, what were you doing this morning between 10 and 11? We were making a fire.
Tom and Rick. We were making a fire. Tom and Rick.
Tom and Rick. Tom.
Tom and Rick.
Christy, what were you doing between 10 and 11?
I was collecting water from yesterday's rain.
Christy, she was collecting water.
Rick.
Christy, she was collecting water.
What were you doing between 10 and 11?
I was learning how to use a compass.
Okay, Sandra was using compass. Sandra. She was using compass.
Sandra. 4.
Laura and Marie, what were you doing between 10 and 11 this morning?
We were learning how to get first aid.
But
Okay, Laura and Marie. Marie.
Laura. Teacher, pero esa no es Christy.
Laura and Marie.
Tu hermana
Okay.
gemela.
what were you doing this morning between 10 and 11?
I was building a shelter.
Okay, and Bob, he was building a shelter. Okay, now we have to write the correct numbers. Look here in the middle, the reading. The Wilderness School. Come to Arizona and learn how to survive in the wild. Here you will learn, I'm going to close here, okay. We will learn, 1, how to make a fire. Who is number 1? Tell me the name.
Your number, Tom
No,
and Rick. Tom and Rick.
Tom and Rick, very good. Here you have to write the number. Number 1, very good. Number 2, how to identify animals' track.
Sam.
Excellent, very good. 3, how to build a shelter.
¿Cómo se llama?
Christy.
Bob.
Bob, yes. How to build a shelter. How to use a compass.
Christy. Ah, no, Sandra.
Sandra, this is the compass. Look,
Sí,
compass.
Sandra.
This is the compass. Compass. Okay, number 4. Number 5, how to collect rainwater.
Christy.
And how to eat first aid.
Laura and Mary.
Laura and Mary, very good. And Marie. Okay, excellent. Good job. This part you are going to answer with your family. You have to interview a family member in this part, okay? You
Teacher,
have to
pero
interview
ahí como...
You are going to ask them, what are you doing yesterday at 8:30? We are going to copy the question that you are going to say. Let me to write.
Teacher, pero ¿qué hay que hacer?
Teacher, está en el colegio.
Yes. Interview. Van a entrevistar a un familiar. Interview. And you are going to make a question. What are you doing? Sorry, it's very
Teacher, copiamos lo que está escrito.
What were you doing? Yes. What were you doing Yesterday.
Ahí lo escribimos.
Ajá. Okay. What were you doing yesterday at? And you say the hour. What were you doing yesterday at 8:30? What were you doing yesterday at 11:45? What were you doing yesterday at 4:15? What were you doing yesterday at 7 p.m.? Here, they are your answers, and this, your answer about your parents, not partner, because we don't work here in the class. You are going to interview your father, mother, sister, brother, okay? Interview a family. Okay? You have to interview a family member, brother, father, sister, grandmother, grandfather. I don't know who lives with you. You are going to answer about them. Okay? Do you copy this?
Yes, teacher.
Sí escribí eso.
Teacher, entonces ya terminamos las 2 páginas que teníamos que hacer.
No, let's go to the practice book.
Practice. Ah, sí, sí, sí.
Okay, ready? I need
No.
to erase. Everybody copy this?
Ah,
Finish?
yes. Finish.
Everybody finish? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you.
Teacher, the practice book number 24.
23.
23.
Let's go to the practice book page 23. Oh, it's very big.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. Page 23. Here we have to look and complete the questions and answers using the verbs. Read, build, collect, look at, make, sleep. Look the example. Yesterday at 8 p.m. was the boy making a fire? Yes, he was. Here, the first is a question and the answer is here, okay? We have to complete the question and then complete the answer. Number 2. With a girl, we are going to use was or were.
Was.
Okay. Yes, was. Now we are going to start with a capital letter. Okay. Was the girl Was the girl collecting water? Was the girl collecting water? No, she. What is the negative of was?
Washing.
What? No.
Wasn't. No,
Wasn't.
she wasn't. She, now we have to answer the correct activity that the girl is doing in this moment.
She look at
She look
read.
a book.
Read. Was reading.
She was reading. She was reading.
Finish, teacher.
She was reading a survival guide. She was reading a survival guide because she's in the forest. She's camping. She was reading a survival guide. Okay, we use collect in this example. Oh my goodness, we have 10 minutes. Okay, now let's go to number 3. The girls, a shelter. The girls, plural. With plural, we are going to use was or were.
Where?
Where?
Were. Very good.
Where?
Were the girls, with the girls,
Building. Ah,
were
yes.
the girls building a shelter? Yes, they were the girls building a
They do.
shelter? Yes, they,
Do.
because we are going to use were. Yes, they,
Where?
yes, they were.
Porque si no hubieras sido wearing.
Yes, they were. Very good. Number 4, the boys, the stars.
Where?
Where?
Very good. Were the
Where?
boys,
Mm,
were the
looking.
boys looking at the stars? No, they, the negative of where?
Wearing.
Mhm.
Wearing.
No, they weren't. Very good. They were what? They were, look what they were doing.
Sleep.
We're sleeping. Sleeping. Sleeping.
They were sleeping. Very good. They were sleeping. Excellent.
Teacher, del practice book solo vamos a hacer one page.
23 and 24. You have homework of 24. Okay? Finish to copy this?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Now, I'm going to read second part. Unscramble the questions and answer them about yourself. About yourself. Okay? You have to do this part at your home because this is the homework. You have to unscramble the questions and then you have to answer. Let's go to page 24.
24.
24.
Teacher, entonces ahora tenemos dos tareas.
Complete. Look, read, and complete. We have to look at these pictures and we have to complete the information here. Remember, we are going to use was and were and the verb with ing. And the look here, tell question words. Okay, let's go to start. Last Saturday at 11 a.m. in apartment 1, look this, in apartment 1, Spike and Selena were playing a video games. In apartment 2, Lisa, in apartment 2, Lisa
Was take a bath. Was take a bath.
Was take a bath.
was taking, remember the ing.
Was taking a bath.
Okay, was taking a bath. Very good.
Teacher, yo digo que está taking a bath desde primero.
Was taking a bath. Number 3, Henry and Alice
Were
Dancing. We're dancing.
Were a dancing.
were dancing. Very good. Were dancing. In apartment 4, Rose
¿Qué está haciendo Rose?
Rose
Cooking. Cooking.
mhm,
Cooking.
Was
was
cooking.
cooking. Very good. Was cooking. In apartment 5, Alan
Play.
a los tamboros.
was playing
Tambors.
the drums.
Room.
Drums. Yes, drums. Was playing the drums. In apartment 6, Brian and Laura
Teacher, ¿qué es? ¿Qué es?
Paint your home. Paint your home.
were
Painting.
painting.
Your home or the walls.
They
We're
paint-
painting the walls.
Yes, were painting the walls.
No. Painting.
Painting the wall. Finish, teacher.
I need
Finish,
to
teacher.
continue. Thank you.
Finish, teacher.
Thank you. We only have 3 minutes to do this. We have to complete the questions. Number 2, about the apartment 7. Look at
Finishing.
apartment 7. We have
Entonces
to
solo hay
write
que poner in apartment 7 y ya.
the question. What
What was?
Look in the parentheses, the name of this person is Silvio. What was Silvio? What was Silvio doing? He was talking on the phone. Number 2.
Rápido, teacher.
What?
Uy, sí, le queda.
Because they are 2 persons, Ruben and Felicity.
Teacher, por eso no cabe. Si no, solo pongamos web.
What were Ruben and Felicity doing? And number 3. Was boss sleeping? Was boss sleeping? No, he wasn't sleeping. He was trying to eat the beer.
Was
Okay.
Yes, teacher, finish.
Teacher, después nos toca otra clase con usted.
Remember the homework, practice book page 23, because you have to do the part 2. This is the homework. Practice book page
Solo
23.
copio la última.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Was boss sleeping?
We only have 1 minute.
Bye,
Tomorrow,
teacher.
tomorrow I send you the guide number 3.
Bye,
and the task for Edu.
Yes, thank you, teacher.
And thank you for your homework because I received
Bye, teacher.
Tomorrow.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, bye, teacher. Bye. Mañana ya no voy a recibir clase acá. Tan, tan.
Bye, teacher.